91X.
91X, we are live at Scallywag with Less Than Jake. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Yes. How's it going?
It's going well. How are you guys doing?
This is a beautiful evening time show. This is awesome.
What
We're doing
a gorgeous day.
Yeah.
I mean, it's October. I keep reminding myself today, and it's almost November. We're in that part of October. So what is this? I guess this is what San Diego living's all about, huh?
I guess so.
It's not so surprising.
It's fantastic.
The elephant in the room, I feel like these days, is Warped Tour.
Really?
Kinda. I mean,
People are still talking about it?
yeah.
Do they miss it?
I don't know. Well, they don't miss it yet, but they might.
They're
And I don't know
gonna.
if it's a nostalgic thing. I think that it's an important thing that existed for a while that not only provided a way for bands to really cut their teeth and get out and play, but also for fans that were going to shows to discover bands. I mean, you have so many bands breaking in this one place at one time. Are you guys kind of like...
We
Rest
did it.
in peace.
We
You're-
did it
you're
enough
good.
times that I don't think that we're gonna like quote unquote miss it because we could relive it or something. But
Yeah.
it was an amazing platform. It was like
Totally,
crazy
at the
It
time-
was a circus, man. It was crazy.
It was an absolute circus, and I'm wondering, is there a void there now for upcoming bands that don't get that opportunity, or maybe maybe you careful what you wish for because they didn't need it, or fans that could go out there and see that to discover all these new bands at once. I mean,
I unless someone were to take the exact blueprint of Warped Tour and go out and do it, and then would it be successful? I don't know. There was no other tour around the world that was quite like it. I mean,
Right.
There was about 1,200 people on that tour: truck drivers, catering people, bands, crew, all production people, and you were literally moving a 1,200-person city in a 7-8 hour span overnight and resetting up in another town. It was a pretty remarkable, festival, and I think this year was over 100 bands on the thing. I mean,
Insane.
it's amazing.
so it was a kind of a nice way for a lot of bands to catapult, to having a fan base and developing their sound and getting out to play live. What are, I guess you just got to do it the old-fashioned way now if you're in a young band hoping to get on that tour, right?
I think so, but I think more things kind of like Scallywag are starting to
Yeah.
pop up all over the place.
Yeah.
A beer fest or a cannabis fest or this kind of thing. And it's like we've been playing more of these kinds of smaller, specific festivals like this, and it's
Yeah.
awesome. And I think that like today there's a band playing I've never heard it before, so like there is still kind of a place that you can go to like get exposed.
Yeah, so it's just it's like a paradigm shift in a sense, right? Everything's sort of, you're watching everything shift into a new format and new genres, because the same thing happened I've seen with music in the age of digital downloads and streaming, right? I mean, you used to just have the record cycle and you would do this and you'd put it out and you'd CDs and tapes, and then vinyl's making a big comeback now. Have you guys seen where it's been more difficult or better for bands necessarily with the way digital music operates? Does it allow you to continuously reach a new fan base you never would have, that they keep coming in and you get younger fans that discover you?
it's
through the
an
internet?
undeniable. It's just it's not going to change. It's where we're at. The technology and it's an amazing thing to be able to get your music out to that many people. But you also have so many more people doing it. The kid in the bedroom can put his stuff up.
Yeah.
So the glut of it out there, you have to wade through a lot more to get to the good stuff. But it's just the way it is now. I don't ever look at it as necessarily a bad thing or a better thing. It's just kind of the way it is.
It's just the way it is.
Yeah.
It's a lot of the way it is. We were just discussing earlier, like things are a way I never imagined to see.
It's like you getting asked the question, what would you do if you were a band now? It's like, I could probably rattle off 10 things, but I don't know if they're right. I just
Yeah.
know I know what's right for us after being a band for 26 years.
But did a band ever know it's right or wrong, right? Because it's almost like hindsight's 2020.
Sure.
Unless you read like Martin Atkins' book, whatever it's like, he's got a book about breaking the band and getting on the road. And I mean, that's one thing. You can kind of go out with some expectations and sort of play it right and have a model, but does it really substitute for just being out there and doing it? Because
Not really. I think that the live experience is still what people are looking forward to. Yeah, some people do wade through a bunch of small bands online and like find something that they like or something, but ultimately if they see a band play and they like feel the energy and they're getting it, they're feeling it out, that's how they're going to gain a new fan. So I really think it's still like about the live experience and the exchange of energy and all that stuff.
yeah, I agree, and that's also why I've seen, with the like electronica craze again, it was so easy for one person to be a one-man band, and play the backing tracks and sequence everything. And I feel like that era, that phase is passing. People going out to shows now, they want to see some instruments, they want to see a band. It's not always affordable for someone who's a producer to throw a band together, hired guns to bring it on the road, or put a bigger band together. But I think people want to see that, and it helps them fall in love
Yeah,
with
I
the
mean, I
music.
think you can like have some fun looking at some trippy lights and like some strobes and like the whole thing a couple times. After a while, you just want to hear a good melody and like sing along,
Yeah. Yeah, and watch it played organically, right? Watch it live, because there's something there. You transmit that energy that doesn't happen if it's
Yeah, we don't use any backing tracks, so like we're
You
kind of
don't.
proud of our mistakes, you know. Like not a lot of bands have those
Obvious.
because they're playing to like a computer.
Yeah, and after all these years, you still make them.
Yeah.
And
As
there's
much as
something
this guy's
beautiful.
failed me, a computer will fail me harder than him. So.
When the computer fails
When the co-
you, you're
we-
done.
I won't mention names. We were at a festival in England, 40,000 people standing in front of the stage, and this band's stuff went down, and they were lost.
They couldn't play.
Yeah.
They couldn't
Yeah.
play.
You couldn't get through the show. You know?
And this
Yeah.
was a big band, like big at radio, like, and they just, and we're sitting on the side stage going, for real? You know, how awful of a position would it to be then when you can't play your
Yeah.
set because your technology went down, you know?
Yeah, the backup for that is just being able to get through that somehow with an acoustic guitar, you
Yeah.
know, because maybe the fans will think that's cute, but
Yeah,
when you just
no.
can't, when I mean, in show business, the show must go on.
Yeah.
And if you got no way to make the show go on, especially with 40,000 people, that's a little bit humiliating.
Yeah,
and kind of a letdown
little
for the
daunting.
crowd. Less Than Jake here at Scallywag today.
Oh yeah.
Man,
we
I
are.
can't imagine a better time, too, to
Oh,
be
it's gonna be
playing as the sun's
fantastic.
setting. It's just going to be nice
The
and cool
the
up there.
interrupters are sounding like they're getting ready to go on any second now. Going to go up there and skank it up a little bit.
Let's go watch them.
Yeah, man, it's great.
All right, it's 91X live at Scallywag. Thanks, fellas.
Thank you.
91X.